we're starting over because I didn't press record. Hey, it's Hey My Friend Made a Thing, GenCon 2022. We were just talking about how time no longer exists.
Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, I'm hanging out with a friend I haven't seen in 3 years, and it doesn't feel like it's any time at all.
That's not me, that's someone else.
That's someone else.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yes. I mean, we came to GenCon last year, and it was weird because it wasn't in the summer.
That's so crazy. I didn't even know GenCon happened last year.
It did. It was really weird because it happened in late September.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Oh, that's right.
So it's funny.
There was like a baby GenCon.
Well, it was funny because it was my husband's first GenCon. So he
Baby's
has
first GenCon.
no point of context whatsoever.
Oh, God.
This year. It's like, it's brighter out and it's not dark out during this time. Well, yeah, honey, it's
that's the thing.
It's not fall, it's summer, and it's the right. It's not even it's a brain fart moment. Where
that must have been crazy.
A little bit, yeah.
Oh wait, I have to introduce you. Sorry to cut you off.
Hello.
I have with me here today.
Hi. My name is Kathryn Barsonistas. I run the Gluttonous Geek, a nerdy food blog, where I make recipes based off of books, movies, TV, video games, and also tabletop role-playing games, where I also stream recipes, making recipes based off of tabletop, such as Dungeons & Dragons, Dragon Soul Nerd, Shadowrun, Pathfinder, and whatever I happen to pick up.
Wait, so like a cooking show?
Kind of. It's not all that well
Whoa,
popular.
that's so cool.
Well, it's weird.
But that's the thing where you cook and people just watch you cook.
Yeah, when I actually get an audience.
Can you do a Julia Child voice?
Oh, you mean you want me to talk like this? We're going to,
Julia, I love you. I miss you so much. I'm sorry.
Have you seen the Julia HBO show at all? I guess we're not getting much of videos.
Oh, no, it's still happening.
Oh, yeah,
okay,
it's good.
no, it's good.
Yes.
I've seen the movie.
The show on HBO is
it so bad?
Beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Absolutely beautiful.
No, Julia was very dear to me. Just seeing her beat the hell out of a chicken, like, it fed something in me. Just like, she's very fucking, sometimes.
Well, that's the thing. It's the whole, I always cook with wine.
I always cook with wine.
And sometimes it goes into the food.
Yeah. So I love nerdy shit, and I also love food. That is the thing that people tell me I do because I have to, and I'm like, fuck you. I might just like it so much, though. That seems like it's a thing.
Oh, gosh.
So you clearly love both these things very much and combined them.
Yes, I
You're
did.
the first food-related thing that I've gotten on the show, which is so cool.
Well, I mean, I was an English major in college, so it was very much I was wanting to be a writer, and it wasn't until I got my own apartment where I'm just going, okay, I'm going to, I graduated during the recession, so 2008.
Ouch.
So I'm just walking, I was like, okay, what can I make with whatever's on sale? And part of that eventually came to where it's that I would see the other, nerdy food stuff and going, I don't feel like this fits the story that well.
It was just such an interesting thing, because being mad at stuff can really spur creativity.
It was born out of spite a little bit, but it wasn't really spite.
Spite is a great motivator.
Well, it wasn't so much a spite at other food. Maybe one. I'm not going to say which one.
Oh dear.
Because she's
Are we
already
going to talk some shit? Are we going to talk some shit? Oh, now you have to say it.
No.
No? Are we too classy for that?
Well, she talked shit back to me, so I'm like, okay, fair enough. But no, actually there is a fan of food blogger that's actually on all of our shit lists. And she's actually stupidly famous. But that's another story. We'll get to that in a bit. But anyway, so my roommate / little sister at the time had a kind of nerdy fashion blog.
That's so cool.
And she wanted to do a dinner movie segment to teach herself how to cook. And I ended up cooking most of the stuff. But I was like, originally it was like, she's like, I'm going to find stuff on Pinterest for us to cook to Roman holiday. I'm like, okay, that's cute. They're like, let's watch Anna and the King the next. I'm going, you're not going to find anything on Pinterest for that. So I ended up making a Thai version of cottage pie. And doing weird kind of, like doing like sweet potato crust.
You're more talented than I am, because I cannot imagine how I would do that.
And at that point I was like, okay, let's do this. And I've been doing this since 2015.
That's cool.
And it's actually kind of cool because my first publishing credits outside of my current stuff, the Kickstarter just launched yesterday.
Wait, you do a kick? You didn't mention the Kickstarter? Talk about your Kickstarter.
So the Kickstarter, I'm actually not the one producing this book, but I'm one of the writers and the food photographer for this book. It's called the Fantasy Feasting Cookbook. It is a collection of 30 recipes plus mechanics with each recipe.
Oh, no shit.
One of my recipes is actually included in the promo images, which is for the Truffle Hunter Trinket, a little porcelain piggy that will help you find whatever ingredient you're looking for, as well as traps, hidden doors, and any monsters that might be sneaking up on you.
Oh god, I love piggy-related game content.
And
just anybody who puts like little pigs in games, I'm just like, it's a pig though.
But I've got a recipe for lettuce cups with sesame, ginger, and mushrooms for it.
Oh my gosh.
And another project that's actually releasing with the release of the new release of Spelljammer for 5th edition, is the Spelljammer cookbook. It is not a full cookbook. It's a cookbook in the sense where it's 2 new subclasses for each class. But they want to do a little bit of a dad joke and include recipes for jams, jellies, and preserves in the back. So I have done about 8 recipes for items that can go in jars that you can
Oh my god, I have so many questions.
Give out to your table, but also send your players home with a jar of this jam, jelly, or it's a baking mix that you can just mix with milk or egg.
Like a jar gift.
Yeah.
I love those.
Exactly.
Those are so cool.
Exactly. And I'm super excited about that. Yeah, that releases in the next week, I guess, with the
Oh my god,
yeah.
You heard it here, folks. You probably didn't. But that's really cool. Okay, I want to ask you so many questions, but we would be here way too long. No, I can't, because it's supposed to be short segments or whatever. I don't know. But what is your favorite recipe that you've ever put on the blog? Somebody's going to walk through here. Oh no, people are coming. But what's your favorite recipe?
Hello.
Hi.
Okay, you can sneak in.
It's fine. Just ignore us. We're just doing a thing.
Hi there.
What's your favorite recipe?
Oh gosh, so one of my favorite recipes was actually one I did last year. It's based off a friend of mine's game called Follow Me Down.
Oh, cool.
Which is a 2-person RPG where it follows the journey of, very similar to that of Orpheus and Eurydice from Greek mythology.
That's hot.
Where it's the traveling to the underworld to bring back that person who completes you. So I did I did that kind of a Greek recipe for tikanites, which is a Greek-style little mini pancakes that are usually drenched in honey. What I did was I combined dried thyme and fresh mint in the batter. Dried thyme was often burned in Greek temples, like in the ancient Greek temples, to cleanse the area and clear away the miasma, while mint was sacred to both Demeter as well as Hades. Wow. So very much offering a tribute to the god of the underworld.
Wow.
Well, then I steeped bay leaves in honey, which is super easy to do. You can do dry bay leaves with it. And the thing is, honey is also considered kind of an ambrosia, like kind of a standard
honey
ambrosia.
Is super sacred, all kinds of places, all over the world.
Interesting thing, honey doesn't actually spoil.
Oh no, it lasts forever.
Exactly, it literally doesn't spoil. So by steeping bay into it, you have that kind of drawing flavor.
Oh man.
Topped it with feta cheese, pomegranate seeds, and this honey.
Oh.
And a combination of mint and bay it's cooling and yet drawing away. So if you happen to take a bite into that, it actually feels like your soul is almost kind of drawing away from your body some. Like it's almost otherworldly, like you're being drawn into the other world by just a taste.
You talk about food and recipes with so much love. and so much thought. Like, you nerd out so hard, and I say that with such approval and respect. I'm just sitting going like, this person is nerding out harder, like so hard. And I'm just watching you. You put so much thought into these recipes, and like, how can I turn this idea and this literary concept into food? But you don't just stop there with the obvious. You're like, and then how can I do it harder? How can I go layers and layers down?
Symbolic standpoint. I mean, it's interesting. I actually am running a panel on this tomorrow, food and world building, because
it's so important, and people just don't think about it.
And no, they don't. And there's such
like food, textiles. There's so many like material culture, so many parts of everyday life. They'll talk about wars and mountain ranges and stuff, but they don't think about everyday life.
The thing is, there have been wars waged over ingredients, and it comes down to it's money, but also it's the whole concept of the
spices and wool, man. Spices and wool. That's what history is about.
Spices and wool, and it's actually interesting seeing how culture changes with food. I mean, there is actually a strong argument for Protestantism, like stemming from ingredient availability.
Oh damn, we're talking some shit now.
Well, part of it too is that a big thing with what's sacred in Catholicism is the concept of ritual, and it's not a proper term for it would be orthopraxic rather than orthodoxic, where it's like the practicing the actual practice without the actual meaning to it. So
it's part of the like spiritual point that people like the Puritans were making is that like they reject decadence, and they're saying like by rejecting taking pleasure in materials, we are rejecting the ritual of everyday life.
Even further back than that.
Even further back than that.
Because the thing is, when you look at a lot of European countries that stayed with the Catholicism, are those along the Mediterranean.
That is true.
And what are two ingredients that are kind of key to a lot of practice? Oil and fish.
Oil and fish.
Because of days when they could only eat fish as their animal protein.
Oh man.
So when you look at like northern cultures that don't have access as much to olive oil and fish, where it's expensive, it is expensive for you to be practicing and being right with God.
So you're saying there is a connection between the richness of your food and the spiritual traditions that you're drawn to?
Or just even the ingredient availability.
Damn. I learned this is some deep shit.
I mean, it makes a lot more sense for people to be like, well, how can I be, like, the only way I can be right with God is if I am able to afford to buy olive oil.
Yeah, or maybe
Germany.
If your food sucks, you just really want a religion that's going to reward you for like eating shitty food.
Well, it's the how do I even stand this? Like, it's the once
jam tomorrow, eh?
Oh, I'm Hellenistic, so I'm like, you know, as long as I
amazing
drink some Dionysus and like burn some bacon for Hestia.
Oh, see, I see where it all comes from now. It's all about the decadent cycle of the sensual life. So let me ask you a question to wrap this up.
Sure.
What is a piece of technology or a concept or a piece of culture or an idea or something that is new in the gaming world right now that you are just so excited about, that makes you happy, that makes you joyful? What's something you're hyped about?
The inclusion of other world cultures.
Ooh.
Because there's so much rich folklore and story material.
So much.
Well, I mean, even you're not even seeing this in gaming. You're seeing this in fiction right now. I am like, I have gotten like a world tour lately from just going to the, like, if you want a good source for books to borrow from the library, BuzzFeed books, because they have so many lists of different like authors of color, but also different cultures. Like, some of the books I've actually been seeing come out lately have been like Malaysian and Indonesian sort of folklore.
That's very cool. Yeah.
And I mean, I'm lucky to live in Atlanta where I have access to a lot of this cuisine too, where I can try out Malaysian food. And I can tell you, it's like some of the most amazing food in the world. Like the most flavorful, flavor profiles in the world. And you wouldn't really know this because of what we have access to.
Mm-hmm.
But then having it incorporated into our fiction, into our geekery, we have that extra bit of drive to then go immerse ourselves into it, because that's
true. Making up stories about things is one of the things that drives us to really, well, familiarity breeds empathy, right? So, like, if we write stories about people, we are going to treat them better.
Exactly.
As a natural consequence.
I mean, it's interesting because a big thing I started the blog off of, not just spite, was
not just
spite, but the whole concept,
but also spite
of we do all of our play and our make believe and all that, and you can be dressed up in like the most elaborate costume, but underneath that costume, you're still like Ted from accounting or something. But
damn, I mean, I've never been Ted from accounting, so I don't know. But yeah, I feel you.
But with food, you're experiencing the same flavors.
You are literally what you eat, and
you're experiencing that sensation that your character or that fictional aspect is experiencing. You are bridging that connection between reality and
it's
fiction.
Experiencing someone else's existence in a much more visceral way than just imagination.
You're in that. It just, there's nothing like, you're experiencing that same sensation.
I mean, I literally made a setting just so that urban fantasy would be more global. So, like, I'm 100% down with this. That is a great answer. The inclusion, like, a more global experience of, like, our fantasy, our fiction, everything.
Well, just growing that shared experience.
I hope it continues. I hope we get more and more of this every year.
I mean, honestly, I'm kind of bored with what we already have.
It's such a limited menu.
It is.
I brought it back to food. Go me. Thank you so much, Kathryn, for talking to me today.
I had a great time.
I had a great time talking to you. We'll say bye, viewers.
Bye, viewers. Lovely to meet you.
See ya.